Let's talk overlanding. What exactly is overlanding? What's an overlander? Well, I'm sitting in one right now. If you were to go online and read one of the descriptions of overlanding, here's what you might find. I'll read this super fast. Ready?
Overlanding describes self-reliant adventure travel to remote destinations where the journey is the primary goal, typically but not exclusively accommodated by mechanized off-highway capable transport, from bicycles to trucks, where the principal form of lodging is camping, often lasting for extended lengths of time, months to years. While expedition is defined as a journey with a purpose, overlanding sees a journey as a purpose.
Blah, 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 blah. Everything we talk about today is about setting up our vehicle for that journey. This is above and beyond regular stuff that you should have in your car or truck anyway. Oil, roadside kits, okay, things like that you should have in your vehicle anyway. Okay, bug out bags are for carrying the things that you wouldn't want to keep in your vehicle for reasons of mice, mold, and freezing cold, right? All right, so food, your radios and communication devices and things like that you don't want to keep out in your truck. That's bug out bag stuff, okay? Clothing and bedding and things like that, that's bug out bag. We're not going to discuss that. We're discussing Overlanding 101, okay, just the basics. So let's talk about this list. Let's talk about the gear list that you need. Now again, I'm sitting in a very, very capable modern, I mean this is a 2020 Ram Power Wagon. All right, this is a 6.4 liter Hemi, brand spanking new. It's got the best of everything in it. All right, this thing is a crazy zombie killing, zombie crushing machine. Matter of fact, I named it Zeke for ZK, zombie killer. All right, this thing is just massive. And you'll see a lot of guys out there and a lot of gals out there that drive around the overlanding vehicles that are massive like this. These big, super capable vehicles, and they're all piled up. They've got the racks all down the side, and they got their shovels and picks and axes, and then their fuel cans up there, and then the tires up there, and then they got a roof rack. And up on the roof rack up here, we got the tent built up here, okay? And we're talking like modern tents with full kitchens in them, and the freaking thing's got bowling alleys and movie theaters, for Christ's sake. All right, I'm talking you can go nuts, but you don't have to, and we're not going to talk about that today. I got a 4x4 quad. It's all set up for overlanding. Got its own little special overlanding kit. It's kind of neat. Tucks right up in the back of my green overlanding 10008. Fits right in there. I have a friend with an all-wheel drive V8 Porsche. You would never know that's an overlanding vehicle, but that thing is very off-road capable. We're not talking about going out and spending $100,000, $150,000 to get yourself, you know, crazy overlanding capable. What we're going to talk about is Overlanding 101. We're not going to talk about this beast of a truck. No. We're going to talk about my 6.2 diesel, 1986 CUCV Frankenstein military. What's special about this vehicle? Hey, the 2020 Ram is great. I love having all the toys. But there's something to be said for simplicity. I chose this vehicle for a bunch of reasons. Number one, it's a square body Chevy. I'm going to be able to find parts for this truck all over the country, all over the world. These trucks are all over the world. So no matter where you are with one of these trucks, you're going to find parts. You're going to find them in the farmland, in the middle of a field somewhere. You're going to find parts at all the parts stores. You're going to find these things in all the junkyards. You're going to be able to find parts. It's a diesel, all right? I'm going to be able to actually make my own fuel for my diesel truck. And that's another video. We'll discuss that later. But making your own diesel fuel from vegetable oil, French fry grease, all right? So now I'm running around these McDonald's and Burger Kings, and what may be useless to one guy is going to be gold to me, and I'm driving because I have an old diesel. Now the other thing, and this is the most important thing, is the complete lack of electronics. I don't have so much as a radio in the CUCV. The engine does not have a distributor. There is no electronic ignition. It all runs mechanically on gears and chains. So I don't want to get into technical details. If you're into all that stuff with the engines and all that, I have plenty of videos about the CUCV itself, the motor itself. We're doing a teardown video. There's all kinds of goodies out there for you. But let's talk about the gear list. Let's talk about what goes inside your Overlander, all right? But we're going to bring it way back to primitive, okay? In other words, do I need a screen with a GPS on it? Yeah, that's a nice thing to have, but what if there was a big EMP? Oh my God, he said EMP. He said it. Oh, crazy conspiracy theorist. Whatever the reason, what if the electronics went out? What if you couldn't get any kind of internet? What if all the power was out, okay? You're having trouble, you can't charge batteries, whatever it is. Electronic devices become useless eventually. So you're going to want to rely on more manual items, okay? Get away from the electronics. I call them castles in the sand, okay? The internet, castles in the sand. It's fun to play with, you guys. Make money with it, whatever. But if you're building, say, an internet empire, it's a castle in the sand, and with the flick of a switch, you're gone, and you're useless, and you're useless to society. We're Rocknus Urban Camouflage, so we're not trying to pile our vehicle up with all kinds of racks and crazy tires and shovels and picks and cans of fuel and water and all this stuff. All right, I want this truck to remain urban camouflage. I want it to remain under the radar. I don't want you to know what's in it. It's all an art, okay? And I'm gonna try to show you how we can do that. So, look at this truck. Look at my green CUCV. This is it. What you see, every single bit of what I'm about to show you is inside my little truck toolbox. Truck tools, bring those. Bring a toolbox. Absolutely stays in the truck. Here's my basic green military toolbox. Just sits right in there. Everything I need. Right? And that's my pet leaf right there. Get off of there for a sec so they can see my box leaf. Move. Thank you. Anyway, full of everything I need. Hammers, sockets, wrenches, pliers, you name it, screwdrivers. And winch tools. If you have a winch, you need the tools for it. If you don't have a winch, you need to have some sort of a winch. And I'm going to show you a trick on how we can get a winch on a truck that doesn't have a winch. Get this high lift. This is the nice PJ Harrah Signature Edition. 60-inch. Wicked nice, wicked nice. They gave it the vintage styling with the vintage handle. The thing is mint. I mean, this is really nice. So I'll show you some other stuff I got for it. Of course, accessories, because you gotta have accessories to go with the high lift. And here is that recovery jack base with the handlebar keeper. It's nice. All right, basic. There you go. It's pretty heavy, hefty, you know, I mean, it's meant to handle tons, you know. So that's really nice thing to have. Of course, a sticker. Everybody loves a good sticker. Of course, over here we have the off-road kit for high lift to turn your high lift jack into a winch. All right, everything you need, except you do need to get some lengths of chain or cable. And here we have the Ultimate Recovery Tow Strap from Vereno. And I bought a couple of boxes of these heavy-duty shackles, which are really nice. Here's the box open. Comes with your paperwork, and of course another little sticker, because we all love stickers. All right, and then over here, the tree saver straps. So this is all part of the winching capability of that jack, that high lift jack. All right, these are all used in conjunction with that high lift jack for excellent winching capability without a winch. Here is the high lift bumper lift kit, which is nice because you can just use your high lift jack. All right, hooks it right on any kind of a curled bumper. All right, nice little addition to that whole jack collection, that whole jack kit. Fuel cans, spare fuel, must have. All right, I got a couple different options I want to show you, and I'll show you which one I picked because I like to keep it slimmed down. Okay, these are pretty nice. These are your standard fuel cans right here, and they come with nice little mounts. So you can mount these, and then you can, of course, lock them up. See that? No one can get at them. Can't get the fuel out. Throw a little padlock on them. These are nice. Bolt these little mounts right down to your truck somewhere, somehow, anywhere you want. Good to go. These are common, all right? But, you know me, I like to keep it toned down. So instead, I got these. And this little mount right here will bolt to the inside of the truck bed. And now I'll have a nice flush mount, sits right in there, flush mount fuel container, okay? And what's cool about it, it's got a lock as well. Goes right in there. It comes, there it is. So it comes with a little lock, and now I have a fuel container locked right down flush inside my bed, not using up any room. So fuel container goes there, high lift jack goes on the other side, flush mounted, also with locking mounts, and takes up no bed space whatsoever. Of course, again, this is my other truck, doesn't have the toolbox in it, but these will be going into the 1008. All right, but this is very low profile. I didn't waste my bed and fill it full of junk. There's nothing on the outside. Everything I'm going to show you is compact and fits, and it's the full list. Next, I'm going to need a tire care kit, which includes a jack, a gauge, deflator, a plug kit, a compressor of some sort, or a hand pump, okay? Again, we're not doing compressors. We're going to do hand pumps. Why? Because we're bringing it back to primitive, back to manual, and we're going to pretend there is no power available. Here is my basic tire care kit right here. It's got everything I need, all the tools, the little plugs, all those little orange sticks you see, those are tire plugs right there. All right, you got your pressure gauge here, a little pair of pliers to pull the nails and screws out, right? The little deflator, all the different valves. Look, it even got some gloves so you can keep your pretty little fingers clean. You don't need a big expensive compressor. This is a regular foot pump for a bicycle. It'll do 90 pounds of pressure. Your tires only need 65, that's all mine need. All right, so you can air them up and down with a basic foot pump. Manual, you guys, manual. Pull it back. Now I do have a 4-way lug wrench for my wheels, but check this out. This is something special for 24-volt military trucks. This is a 3/4 inch impact gun, 24 volts. So check it out, you just pop that little cover off, right? And then you got that connector. And all you gotta do is go out front and you look on the front of the truck, and looky there. Right, reach over there, pop that little cap off. You can plug it right in there. 24 volt. Whip my wheels right off anywhere I am, no problem. There's all kinds of different tools you can get to plug right into that, 24 volt tools. Plus you can plug in a slave cable and jump other 24 volt vehicles, military vehicles, all the NATO vehicles. So that is really cool. You're going to want manuals for your particular vehicles, repair manuals, okay? Get your hands on them. 2020, brand spanking new, top of the line, fully loaded vehicles, going to have some crazy stuff to worry about, all right? And probably the manual that comes with it is going to be basic user stuff. It's not going to be how to fix the thing. You're going to want to go get that if you got a crazy vehicle. Now, see, what I bought is the actual TM, technical manual, for my vehicle. This is actually the Army, Air Force, Marine Corps technical manual, so I will be able to pretty much handle anything very, very thick, anything that could possibly go wrong with my vehicle. I'm going to be able to handle it, okay? And again, I have 2 of these vehicles. You're looking at number 2 here, all covered in snow. All right, this is my 1028 right here, but we're working on my M1008. Yes, this section of footage was indeed filmed after some snow hit us. Yeah, that snow comes down fast and furious. Maps. Again, do you need to have a GPS? Do you need a 12-inch screen? Do you need to have all this stuff? No. Go with manual maps, paper maps. These here are some very simple and fine specimens of basic paper maps. All right, I got Maine, nice Maine atlas. So I have New Hampshire and Vermont here. You can see I have Massachusetts, which is where I live, Connecticut, Rhode Island. So I essentially have the entire East Coast from Canada all the way down to New York. National forests, nice detailed topographical maps. You're gonna want water. That's 2 gallons per person per day. Now, is this something that I need to keep in my vehicle? Again, no. This is something I want to load into my vehicle when it's time to boogie. Right now, it's 2 degrees out, all right? It's New England. That stuff's just going to freeze and all your containers are going to expand and crack open. You wasted it. So this is not stuff we're going to discuss. So I'm going to cross that off the list as well. First aid, sure. Keep a first aid kit in your truck. You definitely want to have that. Right? Just throw your basic first aid kit into your truck somewhere. That can go in the cab. That can go in the toolbox. Doesn't matter. All right? That's your basic military style kit. You're going to have everything you need. Bandages, pain meds, all right, whatever you want. You can get as serious as you want with your kits, right up to suture sets and everything else. But at least have yourself a basic first aid kit in your truck. Yes, that stays in the truck. A tent or some sort of shelter, absolutely, keep it in your truck. This is very nice. What we have here is a truck bed tent. Gonna fit right up in there. It's a camouflage one. It's one of the special ones. Comes in this nice little bag. So there it is, out of its little box, but still in its bag, which is nice. Carry bag, fit right there in your toolbox, if you so desire to put it there. So my idea is to keep my truck low and slim. I'm not going to put bars and pile it all up. It's not supposed to be that obvious, okay? But I'm going to have everything in here you need for overlanding. Here's a little image of what it looks like set up. It's a really nice tent. Okay, that's the Sportz with a Z. These are just protectors to keep the side of your truck nicer. These straps, you know, they're cloth and plastic. They're not known to scratch, but for those of us that are super anal, like me, with the OCD, you gotta have it. You know, I mean, look at my truck. Do you think it cares? Yeah, don't scratch my paint, right? Really? No, it doesn't care. But I care. Plus, obviously, as this truck gets nicer and nicer, I'm gonna care more and more. All right? A fire extinguisher is a must. Let me suggest a simple solution. So, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's a can. When you see a fire, aim the can at the fire, pull the little pin out there, and spray it. There you go, right? All right, I got a bunch of these. Extraction tools. Now, extraction tools, you know what? I can't leave that alone as just extraction tools. I gotta break that down. A high lift jack is definitely part of extraction tools, especially one that can also be a winch. But you also want to include in your extraction tool kit some other basics. Now, recovery tracks are a great item to have. So let's look at the recovery tracks I chose. I mean, you can't have your Overlander without some recovery tracks, now can you? These are the EXTINGUISHER recovery tracks. These are really nice, and I got these special. Just the right color for me. I'll show you after. We'll open them up. Well, let's look at these recovery tracks. And as you can see, I chose to get these in olive drab. But this is nice because this also came with a nice kit to bolt it to your truck. Or you can just keep them in this nice little case, right? Throw them up in your toolbox. But these are really pretty sweet. These are rated up there among the best. Number 1, number 2, pretty much anywhere you look, it'll come up 1, 2, at least top 3. And I picked these, one reason is because they're stackable. Right, they lock together, see, they're both together, but they stack up. All right, so you can stack them nice like that, and then you can use your mounting kit if you want, attach them to the side of your bed, attach them to your box, whatever you want to do. So that's kind of neat. Also included in your basic extraction toolkit needs to be your basic shovel, axe, and things like that, all right? If you were doing the $150,000 overlanding experience, you might get chainsaws and things like that for clearing debris and whatnot. But we're talking about overlanding 101. We're talking hatchets and axes and things like that to do manual clearing. Again, do you have to plaster the entire side of your vehicle with axes and hatchets and picks and things like that? Nope. Let me show you a way to get that compacted down so we can stay urban camouflaged. Military combination tool. Now, military used to use what was known as the Pioneer kit, and they're pretty much switching over to this. Now, they make this in a civilian model. This is the actual military one, the one the military's going to. We pop this open. I'm gonna tell you, before I even open this, this is pretty sweet, all right? You got your shovel, you got your axe, you got your pick, you got a rake. I mean, what you see? I'm gonna open this up. So much nicer than the big, I shouldn't say nicer, the Pioneer sets are really nice, you know, old school Pioneer sets, but this one's just, I mean, what you see, it's compact, just, all right, let me pop this open for you. Yeah, look at that. That is a nice looking axe, isn't it? Genuine leather cover, but this is so cool. Look at this. You just grab that thing, pick it right up, one big bundle. So sweet. Oh yeah, that's a nice little kit. Now that's the way to do it. I just love things that are in a kit. Now let me pop this little bag open and show you what we got in it and how it works real quick. It's not a review. I'll do a review later. I just want to show you what's in the bag. All right, so it's a nice little Velcro bag here. Pretty cool. And now look inside here. Look at this, you guys. There's my shovel. And it's heavy. That's not like some lightweight garbage either. That thing's heavy. All right? Listen. I mean, that's not junk. Of course it's not. Not if the military's using it. Look, it's little separate pockets here. This is pretty sweet. You got your little locking pin here. Your little, it's like a chuck. And it's pretty self-explanatory. All right? Look at little pick, little axe, pick head there. There's like a little spade type of thing. Different picks. Now down in here we have, well, you got your fork. Oh look, there's all the pictures you guys. I'll show you that in a minute, but I just want you to see the piece. Look at that. And again, I mean, this is not lightweight stuff. It's pretty. Look at it. There's your little rake, right? And you can see how they go on. Pretty obvious. There's a square chuck here. It's pretty obvious stuff. Look, how everything's going to go right either through that chuck or over that chuck, right? Kind of makes sense, right? Put the square. Boom. There it is. There's a rake, right? Same thing. Take your little shovel. Right, stick a shovel right through there. This way so you can see it. Right? That goes right in the little hole. Clip right in there. And you get yourself a shovel. Right? I mean, really cool, you guys. So there's the part number right there if you want it. Part number 57K 3528. This is legit stuff. Then again, they make this in a civilian model. It's all like bright red and orange, and you know, looks like a fireman would have it. I didn't want that. I'm trying to keep everything down to a dull roar, literally. I don't like anything shiny, bright. All right. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever noticed. A lot of people think my taillights need a buff or something, or new ones, but they came that way. They didn't come shiny on purpose. You go look at the civilian model; they're shiny. So this is how you get it tight, you guys. This is how you. This is Overlanding 101. All right, so you get it tight. You don't need a big, huge truck piled up with a rack, piled up with stuff. You can look tight and keep yourself urban camouflaged, if you please. And of course, at the end, we have to top it all off with a nice little tonneau cover. Now, this is special. This is a Toolbox tonneau cover. All right, this took a little extra research, but this is no drilling, no damage. Protects your cargo, easy to install, and this is most important, no tugging in cold weather, because I live in Massachusetts. So it's got actually adjustable rails, basically. So in the winter time, you can just slight adjustment, and there's no tugging. Very nice. And again, I will do a full review on this, including an installation. But this is the end of my basic Overlander equipment list. You would never know that is a complete overlanding vehicle right there. You'd never know it. That's got the high lift jack. It's basically got it's a manual winch. That's got a full tent that sits in the back of that thing. It's got recovery boards in it. And it's got the works. The works.